Nigga, man.
I ain't never seen an Israelite like that.
You a nigga, man.
I ain't never seen a nigga like you. Ain't never had
Lord. Oi. All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites, week in and week out. We come to prophesy the downfall of America, tell the people on this sign who they are. Anybody of Negro, Indian, Latino descent are the true children of Israel according to the Bible. And contrary to public belief or opinion, are the only ones that have salvation from this coming destruction. And we see it, we seeing it in real time right now, the downfall of America, starting with their president named Donald Trump. The more the truth comes out, the less hiding space that they have. Donald Trump right now is trying to get rid of, well, he's doing a lot of shit. But let's talk about him trying to get rid of quote unquote African American history out of America. And the reason that they're trying to get rid of it is because they don't want Edomites or so-called white people to feel bad about the history of this country. Talking about, I've seen a broadcast from one of the British news channels where these devils was talking about it. Did a video on it and all that already, but these devils was talking about, not all bad things came from colonization. Basically, it's the same thing that Trump was saying. We don't want our kids to grow up feeling bad, having quote unquote white guilt. Hey, but there wouldn't be a such thing of as white guilt if y'all wasn't guilty. If you devils actually didn't do the things that you did, then guess what? There would be no guilt about it. But you are guilty of the things that you've done in the past. So I guess the ends didn't justify the means. Because the means that you got to get here, you basically raped, robbed, murdered, stole, and destroyed. That's all you did. So now you feel guilty about it, and you don't want your children to grow up feeling guilty about the things that your forefathers did to have the things that you have. So now you want to erase history on what you and your people have done. And make no mistake, you devils that have done all this in the past and in the future, it's still going on. Because in order to maintain the system that you have and the things that you hold dear, you have to keep this corrupt system going. That's why people around the world call you a devil, which means deceiver, because you lie about everything and you try to commit the biggest lie right now by hiding history. They call you colonizers because anytime a country lets you in, you basically disrupt the goings on in that country. And
Hey, brother trying to bring out some
then they know if they invite you in the country, you basically gonna try to topple their functioning government to destabilize it. So why wouldn't people call you devil or great deceiver? Why wouldn't people blame you for the things that your people have actually done in the past? It's not like you're innocent of these things. If these accusations were false, then you would have an argument to say no, this didn't happen. But guess what? All the things that people are complaining about you, it actually happened. You've actually done all of these wicked things. So you deserve to be called out for the wicked things you've done.
Psalms 83, starting at 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who is the people that have taken crafty counsel against the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, and consulted against thy hidden ones? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, and that's another accusation against you so-called white people, you Edomite. That's an accusation. He said, come and let us cut them off from being a people so the name Israel will not be in remembrance. But because anytime somebody bring up the word Jewish, y'all actually equate that with the Israelites. That's a lie. That's a false. That's a falsity. That's a deceit. Because the Jewish people are not the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In other words, they're not the Israelites. But they want the word Israel to be cut off from the remembrance of people.
That's why they call them Israelis.
Right. They call themselves Israelis. When you look it up, when you look up the definition of Israeli, is modern day Jew, not descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Basically, that solidifies the claim of the so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos as being the true descendants of the Israelites, other than the prophecy, the many prophecies that the Bible said.
If not descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that promise of that land and inhabited that land. Does not
Right,
belong to them.
right. Letting you know that those people are one, they don't belong there. The land of Israel does not belong to the Jewish people. Let me repeat it. The land of Israel does not belong to the Jewish people because those people are not the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are right here, mainly in the Americas and scattered abroad, known as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. That's what we're known by. That's why the Heavenly Father said his hidden ones, because we're hidden in plain sight. Why? Because of all the lies that the so-called white man put out there. If they didn't put out all these lies, then we would be known. We wouldn't be hidden. But they wanted us to be hidden. Why? To steal our land. So they don't belong there. With them murdering the Palestinians, which also don't belong there, because they're actually mainly, for the most part, Arabs that settled in that land when we got spread abroad. Now, some of them, of course, are descendants of Israel. However, the majority of them are actually Arabs. So one people that don't belong in the land killing another people that don't belong in the land, basically it's just murder.
Right. Yo, 5 and 12. Just the point of the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform that enterprise.
Right. He disappoint the devices of the craft, because right now Trump is actually trying to make America great again. He bringing in the South Africans, the Afrikaners, trying to make America all Edomite, 100% Edomite, while he getting rid of the Israelites out of the land. And of course, encouraging you other Edomites to kill the Israelites. But of course, it's not worth it. Because in order to do that, you Edomites got to give up all your rights in your constitution. And of course, if any of you Edomites agree with the other nations, then they got to off you too. So y'all making it hard for Trump to do what he got to do. And make no mistake, he don't give a fuck about you low level Edomites either.
What do they call it? It said to perform their enterprise.
Right. Their enterprise is basically to take over the whole world and have everybody marked under them. Because that's the next prophecy to happen, and the majority of you people are actually going to get that mark.
Right. And that shit is stupid because right now, everything that he's doing, all that the elites are doing, they're using him, to basically get the vote of the people. Because if Bill Rothschild and all these, they DuPont, the people would fucking vote for them.
Right, right.
The people really still hate them. They don't even know how deep their wickedness goes. They just have a hatred for them. Because they're rich snobs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they look at this devil Trump that worked on his image because he's in a great position and he know how to manipulate these niggas, man. He know how to manipulate these Latinos and Native Americans and Negroes, man. That's why he had y'all voting for him and shit. All right, this is all an enterprise. They get a lot of money out of doing this. What's that enterprise? Right now, you got America beat up, and what is it, Kadar? No. He went over there to talk to the Saudis, right? And he just made, I think it's like a $100 billion weapons arms contract with Saudi with Ben Salman. All right, so what they did now, And everybody is choosing their side for this third world war. Everybody is choosing their side right now. Basically, what they did was they solidified the weaponry that they need for the third world war. Look at what happened with Pakistan and what's happening with Pakistan and India. China is the one that instigated it because America is taking most of their manufacturing jobs, like Apple phones and everything. And they said that NVIDIA chips, and they're taking it, they're going to have it manufactured in India instead of China, right? And 4 days after that, they uh they had that conflict at the border. What is it? Beirut, not Beirut, but India and Pakistan had it at the border. They started killing each other. It's just been escalating. They had the history, like one of the biggest dog fights with jets in history, sky. You know, hey, and they're both nuclear weapons having nations. So you got a real situation right now. And America, I mean, and since America put those tariffs on China, they've been finding different ways to make money. And they were going through Pakistan. Pakistan is just how, you know how America got their hand up the ass of like Taiwan and these different other nations. That's how China has Pakistan. Pakistan, they have a lot. They get a lot of their weapons from China. That Belt Road Initiative, that big ass trade route that they want to make, goes through Pakistan. All right, and they have a lot of money invested in Pakistan. So far, America to go to India and basically sidestep manufacturing from China, you know, all of that shit is going to bankrupt China. So, prolong it or to keep it from happening, they amplified that battle between um, India and Pakistan. They're both they're both Indian nations or Islam.
Asian. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And both of them are, but the only difference that separates them is Pakistan and Muslims. And India is usually well, to sum it up, Hindu, what they call Hindu. You know what I'm saying? What Israel like to call Hindu. You know? So that's what they have going on right now. It's a lot of shit going on. But in the midst of that stuff happening, you have Trump bringing all these refugees over here. So when he's taking all of those Medicaid, Medicare, 8 million, some people are going to be without jobs and even more without Medicaid. So they're not going to be able to do something simple like go to the doctor and get your teeth fixed, right? And then they're trying to lower the food stamps, get rid of food stamps. On top of that, they're trying to take away Section 8. All of this they're saying is because refugees, hundreds of thousands of refugees on it, which is a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie because they bringing over the Afrikaners. Why the fuck would you get rid of the black and brown refugees and just to bring some Edomite refugees and give them all the benefits? They get tax breaks, they get SSI, they're getting food stamps. So that's clear what this Trump administration is doing.
They'll say, "Oh, well, they gave it to the Venezuelans." Yeah, yeah, they did that. So when they do it with South Africa, all of that shit will look balanced, and you accustomed to seeing.
Right, but it's not balanced. If you are the leader of this place, and you say the refugees are sucking up all the resources, so you're going through extreme measures to get rid of the refugees. Why in the fuck would you bring more refugees in? It don't make no sense.
Apartheid.
Which is actually still a lie because those Edomite Afrikaners still own 70% of the land in South Africa. So everything is still a lie. Everything they're doing is a lie. You know?
It's an enterprise.
Yeah. It's basically because they don't like to see Edomites poor. That's all it is.
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Them Afrikaners look dirty as
Right. Hey, they the trailer park trash of Africa. That's what they are. That's really what they are. And they bring them over here.
Doing that to stir you niggas up.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Trump announced that they getting housing and they getting SSI. Why they trying to take these niggas off of it?
Yeah, niggas that grew up,
Yep.
niggas that paid into it.
Yep.
Whether you paying child support or you paying
Or you paying taxes. Yep. So that's what these devils do, man. I mean, hey, and a lot of jakes, you know, there are some jakes that's out there that see what's going on, and they see and that's the reason why they ain't protesting for Esau. It's like I've seen on Phil's channel and shit that he talking about. Hey, they see America burning, but they ain't doing nothing about it. And he's talking about black people and shit, saying that we see America burning and ain't doing nothing about it. But we are actually the Israelites because we see it and we doing something about it. We trying to stoke that flame of fire, man. We trying to hurry the Lord on up, man. Beg the Lord to come back quicker. You know, that's what we doing about it. But of course, black people, they sit back and watching it. But they don't understand that these devils are going to do exactly what the devil have always done. If they see us doing it straight or not doing anything, they come and fuck with us. And these devils never stop that. I mean, all of the history points towards it. Anytime we do well as so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, then Edomites got to bomb our shit and take what we got. And the history proves it. When we were let out of slavery as a people, we thrived better than they did. Mind you, we couldn't read or write in the 1860s. By the 1900s, we had several different towns that were major economic hubs in America, if you understand that lingo. And what did Edomites do? Edomites came with their military, their American military, and bombed those towns and drowned those towns. But that's another thing that has to be looked into. How these devils actually, all the cities that these devils drowned. And basically never talked about or left out of historical record.
This is before Jake was allowed to even be in a army.
Yeah. This was this was after the war when they were enlisting Jakes and shit for the Civil War and all that other stuff. We got released out of slavery. We had all those Black Wall Streets, which they used their military to burn down and destroy. Then they also used their military to drown a lot of those towns. Right. They opened up different dams and they made certain towns into lakes and drowned half the people.
That was on. I had an episode about that on Atlanta.
Yeah. Not just that. There's I remember those. Not just that.
It was a drunk. It was in Georgia. It was a scary episode. Basically, he found out the lake there was fishing.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. He got said like this white dude in the boat. He was talking to him and shit. Yeah, he ended up fishing with him and shit. Mm-hmm. It was like, it's it was a good episode.
Right, because one of the ones that they talk about a lot is in Atlanta called Lake Lanier. You know, I watched the movie. It was a low budget movie because Jake was making it, but it was actually based on a true story. Lake Lanier in Atlanta is a drowned town of Negroes. And every year is about 40, 50 motherfuckers, Edomites, go visit that lake and die, go missing. So, you know, the Lake Lanier movie is about those drowned people basically coming back and taking the lives of these Edomites that visit that lake. You know, but you would be surprised that it's actually based on a true story.
Also, I got a concentration.
There's spirits in that lake, and probably all of these other drowned towns that are lakes in America and some of these parks. Because that's another thing that happened to a lot of Jake neighborhoods. As a lot of these parks you see that's across America, A lot of those parks were actually Negro towns, and they destroyed those Negro towns to make them into parks. Yep.
Consequence of these natural disasters, they more so taxation. They're gonna basically help these Edomites get what they need or escape towns or get what they need, but of course they pretty much gonna let tax suffer.
Good.
Yeah, that's what they do. They like it. They get a kick out of
Yep.
it. Isaiah 14:11. Like a deer. Oh, Isaiah 14:9. Help from beneath thee is moved, for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It spareth us to bear thee, also the chief ones of the earth, that has raised up from the thrones of all the kings of the nations. Right now, all the kings of the nations are being stirred up. Every nation is being stirred up in this third world war. All right? War is on the tongue of every one of these nations but America. America, of course, they talking about war behind the scenes, but the majority of people don't understand what they do. They still carrying around because we live in a nation that was never touched by anything outside of civil warfare.
Right. Right. It was never touched by war from a different nation, and now that's actually happening. War from another nation is actually coming to America in the form of thermonuclear destruction. What did the scriptures say? It will no more be called tender and delicate, because this place is about to be destroyed. But this place, before it's destroyed by that thermonuclear destruction, all hell is sliding to break loose in this place, man. All this happiness and mirth that's going on in this place is going to cease. And it's going to seem like it's ceasing overnight because the people here don't pay attention to what's going on.
All day that speakers say unto me, art thou become weak and weak? Art thou become life unto us?
Right, and that's how the nations feel. The other nations are like, look, we got the same strength as you Americans now. We got our own nuclear power. We can shoot our own nuclear missiles too. Some of them can reach, some of them can't. But that's what the other nations look at America as. Y'all ain't that strong no more. Y'all finances is failing, so the nations are bold now.
Right, you ain't nothing special.
Right, America is nothing special anymore.
The rest of the nation is finding that out.
Right.
Look at Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Even these African nations is finding out. That's all on some bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And America is not necessarily needed because all they do the first time I spent they take your resources and then as they take your resources, they turn around and they charge your ass for the resources they stole from you.
Mm-hmm.
Burkina Faso and these different African nations are finding out that they can actually aid each other whenever they have an internal conflict, especially with corruption.
Right, and now they're more like, with Triore in there. He's more like, look, he can see now that it's going to take a certain mindset to change the nation and the things that they're going through, and that mindset is war. You know, oh shit, they tried another. They just tried another time. They got the Edomite get spied on him and shit. Then he called up public. He called out publicly. Yeah, they sent the Edomite bitch talking about she's an NGO and shit, and he knew from the get that she was a spy trying to spy out their military factions and how they move and shit. You know, when they first called her, the army was like, "You want us to bring her in?" He was like, "No, let her keep cooking." And then he invited her to a public speech where he basically outed her ass and arrested her on the spot to let the French and U.S. government know, hey, we knew it from the beginning. All the information she was giving y'all, we already got that information. We know what she told you, and we let her do that shit just so we can let you know publicly that this shit ain't happening. Y'all ain't getting nothing out of it. you know. And it's like, hey, but they understand that now, you know, the only way to free their people from this economic disaster that Esau then put on them is to be willing to go to war with them. And that's the same mindset you Jake's supposed to have, man. Y'all don't supposed to love these devils, man. Y'all don't supposed to love no goddamn America or the way that America is ran. Y'all supposed to what did the Heavenly Father say? Flee from her, man. This is not our way of life. They got well, I gotta say it a certain way. They got alternative people walking around here freely doing whatever freaky shit they want to do, man. All of their laws are unjustified against Jake, man. So what is there to love in this country? The customs of this country is not ours. That's one of the biggest reasons why Esau enjoy it so much, man.
Let's say the fashion of the world is fade away.
Right. The passion of this world passeth away, man. And it's passing away before your eyes. Yet, our people, you so-called Negroes and his Latinos, are willingly ignorant. Because y'all want to stay here. But, what is it? The Heavenly Father said, this world will pollute you and destroy you. Which it has been doing.
Thy prompting brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bile. The worm is bred under thee, and the worms up. What did worms do? They consume dead things. They all underneath the ground. They consume dead plant roots, dead bio mass that's underneath the earth and stuff. So what do they do to dead people? They bury you. Worms crawl in and out of your flesh, your decayed flesh, and they eat you with all kind of other microorganisms. I saw this thing on National Geographic where they had a dead whale, that floated all the way to the bottom. All of these, and they showed like a time lapse of I forgot how many hours, how it got covered with these worm-like creatures. How they ate that worm from the inside out with other fishes and shit. But them worms, that shit looks so freaky, dog. That's the same thing on land. All right? And that's what's happening right now with this economy. All right? These worms are consuming them. These worms are consuming this economy.
This is Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shred that take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. So basically, you want to stay here, hey, instantly Esau is going to jump on your ass, or the Lord is going to make these Edomites jump on your ass, man. And it ain't going to be no sparing of your lives. Because you don't want to come back to the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father is going to kill you. That's why I say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. But the thing about that is, if you join in hand with the wicked, the Heavenly Father is going to kill you right along with the wicked. That's how that goes. There's no other way that's going to go. So all you Jakes that actually love America and want to stay here in America, be a plantation Christian, push Edomite Jesus, guess what? You're going to die here in America. Because you want to stay here in America. And the Heavenly Father already told you, hey, this place is going to destroy you. So now that destruction is coming.
Watching Ezra 6 starting at 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. What y'all finding out is you trust in the system, and reality starts falling. You don't have a safety net in reality. You do when you live the American dream. When reality strikes, you realize there's no safety net. You have no place to fall but to your doom. Right now, they used up the tariffs on China recently, slightly, because they negotiated. That's not going to last forever.
No, because China actually got the upper hand now. They know that this place needs their good. And if America fall, everybody is going to get hurt by it. But America needs them more than they need America.
Right, but the thing is, the tariffs are affecting China, right now in a major way. I think it's called the Chinese Insider, and I guess a lot of people read too. They show their videos, and they have English. They read it, actually translate the subtitles. You don't have to read them. And man, they over there getting fucked up, man.
Hmm.
China's fucked up. See, the tariffs, they're hitting us in a prolonged sense. But they immediately strike at China.
They ain't making as much. Yep, they ain't making as much money.
Yep, all of them small businesses shut down. Right now, they've gone, you have people that have their own factories. They lost everything and now they're going to street vending.
Yep.
That's the thing right now, it's street vending.
Yep, and
sausages, cold noodles.
And it's going to get worse. It's going to get much, much worse than this.
And that's what's going to come here. All right, now, brother. That's what's going to come here. All of that shit is going to come to America. That's why I'm looking at it. Because all of that shit I'm going through right now is the same thing that's going to happen to y'all. And guess who's running the street? So they have rules for the vendors, and they're promoting, basically doing funnels, promoting people are making money off making YouTube videos off of how to do street vending. That's the trend right now. I'm talking about people that own factories, that own jobs, own businesses. They're giving all of that up just to do street vending. And street vending is putting a lot of these restaurants out of business. They don't post up right in front of your fucking restaurant. Even after you remodel it, started getting some motion. But the thing is that's what they're gonna start doing here. The people are gonna start trying to make their own way.
Yeah.
When they start trying to make their own way, you're gonna start seeing a lot more people selling things on the street. There gonna be no pawn shops and shit like that. Fuckers go right. Hey, niggas gonna be out here selling cup ramen, dog. You know how they got a lemonade stand? You gonna have motherfuckers out here with a top ramen stand, dog. Motherfuckers just out here with a hot plate making hot ramen for niggas, man. Making hot ramen with cut up hot dogs for y'all niggas, man. Going to cut up Vienna sausages for y'all niggas, man. Both sides gonna have you in a real humble spirit. You're gonna out here selling Kool-Aid and shit. It's gonna be all on the side of these streets. And they're gonna be no fucking tacos and cookies and pastries and shit. Gonna be out here, motherfuckers gonna be out here going to the stalls and eating Captain Crunch and shit. Like niggas got the milk and the cereal on deck. Yeah, man, let me get you $10 for this goddamn bowl of cereal, nigga. All that shit you take for granted, man. All right? Niggas gonna be out here selling bags of Skittles and all kind of shit, dog. You know, you're gonna have a nice truck. They're gonna hop out the truck. Then they're gonna be trying to sell your ass some nutty buddies and shit, like some nutty buddies, kind of Star Crunch and shit. I'm serious, man. That's what they doing in China, dog. Them niggas over there and that shit is failing, dog. Them booths, they paying all that money to set up their booth and don't sell shit because there's 6 other motherfuckers right there selling the same shit. And you know the ones that's winning is the bitches that set up that look really pretty. You selling some cold ass noodles, excuse me, you selling some cold noodles and a young bitch and you a middle-aged man and a young fine ass woman set up a store, you selling some cold noodles.
She ain't gonna be selling cold noodles for long. We ain't gonna shut her shop down, and she gonna be selling some warm noodles. Next thing you know, if you know what I mean.
Right. Hey, that's what's coming next, man.
Them noodles gonna be
in certain Chinese cities, the women are already selling that box.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Prices, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man. That Chinese insider is powerful, dog.
That's what's gonna happen here, man.
Right.
Women are gonna start selling box on an extreme level. It ain't gonna be no more OnlyFans because this internet getting shut down, and women are gonna start selling their box for record low prices, man.
All that goddamn raggedy ass used up bitch by 5K, 1,000,
right.
all that crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just to see her raggedy ass body getting fucked by another man, that's gonna stop because they're gonna start selling their box on the streets, man. Because there ain't gonna be no more internet to sell their body pics on. They're gonna be selling their box on the street. That's how terrible it's actually gonna be on the streets in this country, man.
Hey, wait till you see you know how they had that set up what was that? Like the OnlyFans and all of that type of shit.
Yeah. Right. Hey, the OnlyFans became an explosion when bitches found out that they can just sell pics of their body or sell videos of them getting fucked and shit. That shit exploded.
They selling their parts now.
Yeah, hey, they started selling all of the shit that they can. But once that shit gets shut down, because bitches right now are arguing because Trump is trying to take down porn from the internet. So guess what? When they can't sell they nasty ass bodies online no more, hey, and then prices gonna go way up because, like the brother said, it may be affecting China right now, but it's about to start affecting America in the long run. With it, no ships on the dock, no more goods coming in, all the prices gonna skyrocket, and then they ain't gonna have no more porn on the internet to sell. These bitches gonna start selling box on the street.
Because right now, you remember they had, like back in the day, the big productions, you would go to a studio and they would make pornos and shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, just using my phone and giving that shit out there for free.
Right.
All of that shit is dead.
Right, and believe this. Hey, when these bitches start selling box on the street, there ain't gonna be no hard transition for them.
No. They might find it a little bit easier.
Right, they're gonna find it a lot of bit easier. This shit ain't gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to go in the corner and wait for a motherfucker to give me a couple dollars just to fuck. No, that shit ain't gonna be hard for them. They're gonna try to negotiate you down like they the pimp.
Bitch gonna be out here trying to fuck for a motherfucking ham sandwich.
Right.
And a couple dollars.
Right.
A warm meal up in the
right. Hey.
A warm bed.
You watch those two movies, that Book of Eli and that movie The Road. Hey, you're gonna get a good idea how fucked up it's gonna be. And it's not gonna happen after the war happens. This is gonna happen before the war or during the war. All hell is gonna break loose before missiles start getting dropped over here in America. All hell is gonna break loose anytime soon, man. And all this jolly-go-lucky bullshit going on now, it's not gonna be going on.
All right.
That's up, Tom. How you doing? Good. So all this happy-go-lucky merry-go-round shit ain't gonna be happening in America, man. Pretty soon the economy is gonna crash. And overnight, this shit is gonna change. It's like right now, what is it? Right now, they in certain cities in America, they're doing rolling blackouts. And they've been doing it in cities like California for a long time. But that's coming into America all over the place, man. Because Canada owns a lot of the electricity in America, so guess what? That means they're going to have to do rolling blackouts a lot of different places. And they say once the lights go out for 2 weeks, everybody turns back into their baser nature.
Hey, we had a tornado a couple days ago, and we had to go to the basement with my children. We had a tornado alarm and all that, the F1. And my power went out. And your power going out from my power went out from 11 p.m. to 4 p.m. the next day, right? And in that little time, all you thinking about is how your food is gonna be destroyed. I just went to the store and got some things for my children. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, damn, man, all that food and shit been fucking go to waste, you know. I couldn't stop thinking, like, damn. Start trying to strategize. The first thing you do, I gotta go out here and find out how many the whole block was down. I'm thinking like I gotta go out here and find out who's going down. My phone charger, my portable charger, my phone wasn't charged. You gotta start figuring shit out, you know. First thing your mind do is start trying to work something. I'm all like shit. Might have to go out here and get one of these little grills, cook all this chicken that we got in the motherfucking bread, freezer so it don't go bad. Start trying to figure some shit out, man. You know? And that's what's about to happen over here. So trust me, when all that shit on the web starts going down, those that used to selling feet pics and camel toe pictures and shit, they're gonna have to make that transaction, man, that smooth transaction into the 3D realm.
Um,
You have to go on them massages and them happy endings.
Right. This is Isaiah 65:11. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. And that's talking about you wicked 2/3. But it also goes to you Edomites, man. It goes to the wicked in general. His servants shall eat and you shall be hungry. Because when this deal goes down, when the Heavenly Father gets to judge it, a lot of you Jakes are gonna be hungry, man. Y'all ain't gonna eat. Y'all ain't gonna be shown the things that will have you survive. You will just die here in America, and that is coming.
That's gonna be the real coming to America.
Right.
No Ed Murphy in this motherfucker, man. Ain't no Arsenio Hall in that one. It's gonna be the real coming to America real soon, bro. What is it? Right now, everybody have these luxuries. You don't really understand the reality of something, gravity of the situation, until your life is changed overnight, man. It's your power being on for that long. See, we come from the era of having our lights, our water cut off, you know, but my children are like, damn, like what the hell is going on? This is terrible, you know. I lit a couple candles and shit, but it shows you how unprepared you are for some shit to go down. And the vast majority of y'all don't have no charging battery, don't have no the phone charger, the one which you can store the cell. You don't have any candles, any matches, no lighters, no knives. Everything is gonna be caught off guard, dog. The basic necessities that you have when they're taken away, that changes the way you react to shit, how you respond. It puts you in a fight or flight mind state, man. Imagine if a big nigga built like Bob Sapp tried to start his charge at you, talk about where that nigga bone at, trying to knock your head off. You gonna go into fight or flight mode. Most likely gonna choose flight. When the reality of the coming down to the system kicks in, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a lot of high strung people in the city, man. People right now they walking around smiling, laughing and joking. All of that old jolly spirit's gonna come to an end. This is Isaiah 12, excuse me, Isaiah 2, Isaiah 2, and
So I think, right?
man, I'm sitting around. Oh, I'm overeating. You know, Isaiah 2, starting at 3. This land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands. Oh, man, that's what they do right now. Because they worship, what are they doing? The biggest thing is they trying to fall into this AI, these machines. They create those things with their hands, man. You got a lot of these people that can't do anything without this fucking device right here. This is an idol, especially for these women, man. And social media and all of that. Right. Or
Attention, they say attention is
and they'll say,
because you can, for attention, you can be a digital creator, and basically, if your videos go viral, you can become famous online and make money online just by being a content creator.
that's right. That's right. And what they're doing now is a lot of people are, like the brother said, putting out that digital currency, man. I mean, that digital creator to get some kind of currency, man. And they're doing everything they can, and they putting this right here. They always record something. Remember when World Star was a big thing? It was always somebody yelling World Star and shit.
That's what I'm trying to make like, hey, send me some galaxies, send me some roses.
Yeah,
Yes, because they make a little portion of money from those gifts and they
right. That's right. That's right. Everybody's in hustle mode right now, and they're trying to use everything they can underneath the sun to basically fill their pockets and continue to live a certain lifestyle, man. And overnight, that's why you think so many people are in the uproar when they were about to take away TikTok. And Trump came in like the hero he was to save people from the ban that he made himself. He made that ban. His last fucking presidency, he made that ban.
yeah, you talk about taking away social media. It's like,
Now that he did it, he come in like the hero. He swoop in, he fucking saves the day. And now he got a little gratitude from these their land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. And the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. You think a great man is going to humble himself by choice? think this rich motherfucker gonna decide to eat at McDonald's and this motherfucker's used to eating, sirloin steaks and wagyu and all of this shit. Think that motherfucker's gonna want to, you're not gonna, quickly see a rich person. I'm talking about somebody with true wealth. You're not gonna quickly see them eat Vienna sausage
Right.
and eat top ramen. Now all you hear about is these Edomites that got money. They all making TikToks and they kind of joking about it. And a lot of them are serious though. Eating top ramen. Like that shit is new to them.
Oh yeah, the number one Jake Struggle.
Yeah, been a Jake struggle mill. And now these Edomites is making memes about it and videos about them having to eat the shit now. Like motherfucker, y'all welcome to the club.
Shit, they make videos about them having to eat motherfucking macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
They do not eat no goddamn macaroni and cheese.
No.
They eat pasta and do all types of shit with it, but they do not eat no macaroni and cheese. And it's Edomites that's like ready to kill themselves eating that shit.
Yeah, they eat asparagus and
Mm-hmm.
the finest choices of salmon, tofu and shit,
Right.
Motherfuckers don't touch that shit. Think they out here. You think rich motherfuckers out here eat chili mac, motherfucking hamburger helper and tuna helper and shit. They are now.
Mm-hmm.
They out here goddamn it in the line with their EBT cards out, they hand and shit. And they getting straight to it. It says, enter not. It says, the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore, forgive them not. Right. You want to forgive you because now you're in a humble situation.
Right.
Now you want to grovel and act all humble and shit because you fucked up. Now it's your turn for slavery. Now everybody got to be friends and shit.
Right. Feel sorry for you. And slavery is so wrong.
Right. To the point where they got to go change history and the Smithsonian Museum and all these different exhibits. And they even got to use DEI, which they include that homosexual bullshit with just in public school teaching the so-called black child or all these children about the history of slavery, man. That's included in that DEI bullshit. They always lump us together. That's why homosexuality and women's rights came in on the coattail of civil rights. So they can lump all of that shit together. And the feminist movement as well. They can lump all that shit together. We getting rid of the feminists and the homosexual. And then they don't tell you about that DEI taking away the history, the true history of this country and how this devil took it from the natives and the Latinos, man. They don't tell you about that part. Now they don't. They getting rid of that shit. And why you think Linda McMahon and her looking like Yzma with her old crusty ass, the head of goddamn education? Mm-hmm. And they asked her about, basically them getting rid of these things about slavery and the history of the country. And she said, I have to get back to you on that. I didn't know. I can't give you. In other words, she plead the fifth, man. The reality is said there that this country is not shit. Everybody knew about it, but you devils are so ashamed of it. You don't want your children to have to learn about that shit. Mm-hmm. Because then they're going to have to be ashamed, and you want them to eliminate that shame and really embrace their Edomite nature, man. And I'm going to tell you something. You're an Edomite, man. I think it should sound like a vacuum. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hey, embrace your Edomness and your Edom spirit, man. Mm-hmm. Embrace that. Be the devil within. Mm-hmm. It says the lofty look of men shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. In that day. You say it one more time. In that day. Well, when is that day, sir? They gonna probably ask us when they try to lock us up and shit. You guys always say, when is that day?
Anytime soon.
Right. Goddamn, November 30th. How you doing, brother? That motherfucker's gonna happen when it's time. All right? You don't know when. You look forward to that day every day. All goddamn day.
Ezekiel 35, start at 3. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, and Mount Seir represents the Edomites, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, all of this is being laid bare. All of the money that this country is generating. Oh, yeah, I said, is that your president? Ain't your president? They ain't got no mega hats. I know y'all got my man with the blue hoodie got a mega hat. Look like you got the mega Scully and the mega bucket hat. There you go.
America, fucker.
Hey, you know, he got his wife. You got his wife, the MAGA vibrator and shit.
Yeah.
Vibrator, they make it right. But this ain't got the Make America Great Again buckler with white and shit. Yeah. Y'all, hey, they going all out with that. They don't even realize y'all saying that slogan, you know, that Make America Great Again. But you don't realize you promoting, you know, that when America was great was during the time of slavery. That was the only time this place was great because it was bringing in free slave labor. You know?
It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yes, y'all have. Y'all hated us since the beginning. It's the same country.
Israel represents the people on slaves.
Hey, Israel trains the very police officers you see driving around in cars. Yes, they do. I was a soldier, dog. They gonna tell me I was a soldier. I know that the Israeli military they have a police convention. Okay, me too. So I'm a parent gave that. Where I'm from, second 20s, built on artillery. That's where I'm from. That's what the fuck I'm 82nd Airborne. Okay, I was on Fort Bragg. I came in on Fort Bragg. You ain't telling me nothing new. Yeah. But don't tell me nothing about Israel. Israel.
They're not the real. They're not the real Israel. They're not the real Israelites.
Talking about Trump ain't Jewish.
He is Jewish. Yep.
He got a fucking yarmulke on. You need to watch the goddamn news.
Yep.
And do your fucking research, man.
Yep. Trump is, yes.
Yeah. All you gotta do is look. It ain't no fucking excuse. All y'all gotta do is take a goddamn smartphone and put in is Trump the fucking first Jewish president in Google. Look at a big ass article. Jewish.
Yep. No, Trump is Jewish. He is Jewish, and he got all of y'all fooled. Yep.
Wall Street. They got their own fucking suburban neighborhoods. What are you saying? Yeah, he had to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was getting too hot.
Yeah. Get the fuck out the kitchen when it's getting hot, man.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out the kitchen when it's getting hot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if people gonna be mad and surprised that Trump, their president, is a Jewish man, and that's why he doing all that stuff for them Jewish people. Why do you think he let Netanyahu, not a Jew, over here and drink? He let the Israeli president over here without arresting him. Why? Because he's Jewish and he loves Jewish people. That's your president, and he got all these Edomites fooled about it, man. I mean, Esau is ready to risk it all for Trump, man. But they don't know that their president is Jewish. Yes, Trump is Jewish. Y'all didn't know that?
Right now.
Yeah, you can Google it right now. Is Trump the first Jewish president? Go ahead. Hey, go ahead and Google it, man. They said that's their first president.
Yeah, y'all.
So Trump,
Just Google.
So Trump is actually a Jewish man or a Jewish convert. I mean, you've seen him praying by that Wailing Wall, the Roman Wailing Wall. There's a different name for it when it was in Rome, but they call it the Wailing Wall now. But actually, it's a wall that's preserved from the Roman Empire.
You know what they were doing in there. You know that whole shit that they
that's basically them.
It's not just their head. It's a
that's them. It's a sexual motion. They're actually having sex with the wall. Spiritually.
Because what they have to do in that wall behind that facility in that area, that's not the real Solomon's temple.
Right. That's just a wall preserved from Rome.
Right. And they would do a lot of raping and sex idol worship and orgies.
Fine.
Yeah, they are. They throwing that shit back for an idol.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they got idols and they sticking them up in each other's bodies and shit. They orifices, man. Trust and believe that phallus, that penis worship. You got a dildo. That's penis worship. That's an idol, man.
Yeah. You gonna close it up?
Yeah. All right. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
double honors to the apostle elders and the brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy this word in truth and sincerity.
And the few sisters that listen and learn.
Right. All right. Pray you were edified. All three. 1, 2, 3.
Abide the ball, abide the ball, abide the ball.
All right. Until the next time, stay circumspect. We pray you were edified.